I was like, hello? Because I'm just like, fuck, that means he looked at my location. But then I'm like, I didn't get a notification that he looked at my location. So, like, what's up? So I was like, hello? He's like, hey, what you doing? I was like, fast thinking. I'm like, I'm sitting outside the emergency room. He was like, the emergency room? I'm like, yeah. The doctor from the neurologist sent me over here because my eye started to turn in. And he was like, oh, you got a headache? I'm like, yeah. So I'm like sitting here in the emergency room. He was like, yeah, I was wondering why you was parked at the hospital. So I'm like, you did look and see where I was. I'm like, well, why didn't I get that notification? I was like, oh, I didn't get a notification that you looked at my location. And he was just like, oh, because I didn't check your location. I just checked your log. I'm like, why are you checking my log? You know, I've been door dashing. He was like, yeah, I was just making sure that the same address wasn't popping up. I'm like, why? Like, why? He was like, I was you just being a little bit too calm. I'm like, what you mean I've been a little bit too calm? He was just like, you just been a little bit too calm. So I just wanted to make sure, like, you weren't doing nothing. I'm like, D, all I do is work, come home, take care of the kids, take care of you, wake up and do it again, and work. I mean, DoorDash, like I'm dashing. Like, what? I'm not doing anything. And then I dashed with Kion in the car with me. Like, what am I gonna do? He was like, yeah, you just didn't have Kion today. So I was just making sure, like, I was just checking. That's all. I'm just checking. Like, okay, all right. He's like, but you've been in that parking lot the whole time. I was like, yeah, because when I went to the neurologist, I told him that I had a headache. He's like, but it didn't look like you went to Greenbelt at all. It looked like you were just at the hospital. I'm like, yeah. When I went over there, I drove up, and the thing said closed, and I'm just like, oh, shoot. He is in the Bowie location this time. And the Bowie location is at the hospital. He's like, oh, okay. All right, well, let me know what they say. I'll see you when you get home. When I get home. I'm like, okay, I'll let you know what they say. So you hung up the phone. I'm like, fuck. I don't know how much longer I can stay here. Like, fuck. So I'm like, maybe I should start moving the car. I'm like, nope. If I move the car, it's going to look suspicious. Let me just stay here and just be like, oh, they was doing a lot of tests. Because I already told them that I was here. So maybe, you know, I can just play it off like, oh, yeah, they're doing a lot of tests if he calls me. So I end up going back and getting to work after my lunch break. And I'm sitting there just anticipating this nigga to call me. I'm just like, oh, he gonna call me. He gonna call me. But luckily, he didn't call me. So after I was leaving, when I was leaving work, I got in the car and I called him because it was 3:30. Because we got out early that day. So it was 3:30 when I left. I called him like, hey, I'm on my way to pick up Kion. I just wanted to let you know that the doctor told me that they're going to let me know on Wednesday how my test results went and everything. And I'll let you know what they say. He's like, so they didn't say anything about your headaches? I said, yeah. They did all the testing and they said they're going to let me know on Wednesday how everything go. And he's just like, oh, okay, well, how you feeling now? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm okay. He's like, yo, I still turned in. I'm like, it's not turned in. It's fine. It's fine. They gave me some medicine, some headache medicine, and it's like it finally kicked in. So it should be fine. I'm about to go pick up Kion and then go pick up the kids. He was just like, go pick up Kion and then go pick up the kids. You should already have the kids. I'm like, I'm going to go pick them up right now because I told Jasmine to go pick them up from school for me because I was at the doctor. He was like, oh, okay, all right. So hung up the phone. Ended up calling Jasmine, like, look, I'm on my way. I'll be right over there to pick them up. I picked up the kids, ended up going to pick up Kion, and then I went to the house. When I got back to the house, did the same normal routine I always do. Got the kids ready, they dinner ready, got them up to bed, started working on these food. But this time, while I was working on his food, I was talking to Ronnie, and I was starting to feel some type of way. I don't know if it was the liquor in me or what, but I'm just like, I cannot stand this nigga. Like, the thought of him was starting to disgust me. I'm like, it's just, I cannot, So I'm on the phone with Ronnie, and I'm just like, Ronnie, it's just, I don't know, but I feel like I need to do more. He's like, what you mean do more? I'm like, I just started back working. I mean, it's only part-time, but it'll give me, some money. And I'm going to be door dashing on Tuesdays and Thursdays to kind of like, make up for that. And he was just like, okay, so what you mean do more? I was like, this nigga got it too easy. Too easy. He was like, okay, so what you think about doing? So I'm like, I don't know. So I'm just cooking. I'm cooking his normal meal, which consists of rice, ground bison, eggs, and cheese. That was his meal. Rice, ground bison, eggs, cheese, a little bit of lettuce. That was the bowl, kind of like a Chipotle bowl, but with bison. And on the side, he wanted bacon and 2 chicken breasts. So I'm like, I'm making his meals. I'm making him look good. So what can I do? So I started basing his chicken breast with Chick-fil-A sauce. Listen, I know y'all probably be like, what? Of all the things that you can base it with, why not just lace it? Why Chick-fil-A sauce? Look, my thought process was, Chick-fil-A sauce has a lot of sugars in it. So with the DC Ultra Fitness program, we try to eliminate sugars. So the little sugars that we do eat are like not the artificial sweetener sugar, but like the monk fruit sugars, like that type of sugar, like sugar substitutes. So we would do a lot of Atkins treats, like the little fake M&Ms, the fake Reese's, and the brownies. Like we had a bunch of Atkins snacks up there because they use like the monk fruit as the sweetener and not actual sugar. So on the DC Ultra Fitness program, for the first 2 weeks, you deprive your body of sugar. You try to limit all sugars. So by the end of that 2 weeks, your body is used to not having sugar, and you can introduce that fake sugar to it, and your body is going to think that that's the real thing. It's going to taste like the real thing because you deprived your body of sugar for 2 weeks, and it just wants something that tastes like the real thing, and then it tricks your mind into thinking, yes, this is good. So I'm like, to fuck with that, I'm going to base his chicken with Chick-fil-A sauce. Just put it all over his chicken and then cook it that way. That way, it's going to be good, have a little sweetness to it, but that sugar is going to make his body crave sugar. Because once you take out sugar for 2 weeks and then you introduce like a monk fruit sugar, and your body starts thinking that's like the real sugar, and then you introduce real sugar back to it, your body starts to crave that real sugar again. So you start having like those cupcake, cake, ice cream, chocolate, like real chocolate type of cravings. So I'm like, that's gonna fuck with his gains because he does not have self-control. And I have not bought any new snacks. We got a little bit of the fake M&Ms. But once I introduce this real sugar to his body is going to be craving that real sugar. And these fake M&Ms ain't going to cut it. So I'm sitting there telling Ronnie what I'm doing. I'm just like, I'm about to base this shit with Chick-fil-A sauce. I'm about to throw him all off. Like, all off. And Ronnie just sitting on FaceTime just laughing.